Hi everyone, we're going to start a new unit today. This is a media unit and we're going to learn how to analyze point of view, or another way to say it, perspective. But first let's begin with a joke. Why did the man dump ground beef on his head? Any guesses? He wanted a meteor shower. Get it? Alright, so first thing I'd like you to do is have a look at this short video on just what is media anyway. Okay, you can click here and watch that. After you've finished doing that, we're going to look in the textbook. Alright, so let's go here and I'll explain all about point of view in the media. So as you can see, you've got page 98 and 99 here. Okay, first, let's start off with the definition of point of view. It is the position or attitude of one person, a group, or an agency like a media agency toward a specific topic. Again, it's the position or an attitude of one person, a group, or an agency toward a specific topic. For example, people who are afraid of snakes have a different point of view about a local zoo's snake exhibit than the person in charge of feeding snakes. Or another really good example using snakes is that people who are afraid of snakes have a different point of view about snakes than, say, Nonomi. Okay. So, identify point of view while you're enjoying media. Let's go over this. Most media texts are not neutral. That means they have a purpose. Two common purposes are to sell a product or to send a message. So let's go back here, and it tells you to consider these two purposes. Okay? After reading the first paragraph, note the two common purposes of media texts. They either want to sell a product or to send a message. All right? Selling a product. One common example of media texts that try to sell you something are ads or advertisements. Whether it's a TV commercial for an iPod or a trailer at the local theater, a trailer is that little introduction to a new movie that's coming out that only lasts about 30 seconds that you usually see at the beginning of the movie that you are going to watch. Like, you know, they show sometimes 3 or 4 or 5 movies that are coming soon. Those are called trailers. Okay, so whether it's a TV commercial for an iPod or a trailer at the local theater, the ad is trying to sell you something. Media texts that try to sell something may be created from the point of view of the advertiser or from the point of view of the consumer for that product. Like you're the consumer of the product. Such media texts usually present the positive side of a product. Okay, so here is an example of an advertisement. Okay, and we're going to look at that and try to determine from which point of view was it created. So let's look over here. The second is sending a message. The second purpose of a media media text. So some media texts are not created to sell a product, but rather to send a message or to sell an idea. For example, anti-smoking advertisements or pro-peace stickers, like this is a sticker, okay, are good examples. If a song is about saving the whales and planting trees, that song is not neutral. Its purpose is to convince the listener that saving the environment is a good idea. The point of view of the songwriter is that saving the environment is a positive thing. However, it doesn't say anything about the opposite point of view that perhaps someone else might have. Okay? Media texts that try to send a message usually reflect the point of view of the person who created that text. For example, the person who wrote the song about the environment. Okay? That person believes that saving the whales and planting trees is a good idea. Okay? And that saving the environment is a good idea. So that media text which was trying to tell you that message, or to make you believe that, okay, that media text being a song, was created from the point of view of the songwriter only, not from somebody else, and not from a different point of view, but from the songwriter's point of view. These media texts may present only one point of view, or sometimes several. So maybe it's one point of view like the songwriters, and sometimes it's other people's included with it. So either way, whether it's you're watching or listening to or looking at an advertisement that is designed to sell a product, or you're listening to or watching or reading an advertisement that is designed to sell an idea or send you a message or to make you believe something. When you view or listen to a media text, you must ask yourself these questions in order to make good decisions, make healthy decisions for yourself and perhaps the people you care about. Number 1, what is the purpose of the media text? Number 2, what is the message of this media text? What is its message? And 3, do I even agree with that message? And what's my own opinion? Whose point of view is reflected here? Is it the songwriter? Is it somebody else? Whose point of view is not reflected or missing? And sometimes this tells you a lot more about the point of view than the actual obvious opinion included. So we'll look at some examples here. So if we go back to this side here, answer these questions while looking at this advertisement, and then answer these questions while looking at this sticker. Okay, so do that on your own in your notebook. You can zoom in with the computer to read the advertisement, or you can just look at your textbook if you have it in front of you. Okay, so please do that. Answer these questions based on this ad and then on this sticker. So you have to do this twice. Okay, when you're finished, go back to the home page, and you can get another idea about what perspective or point of view means by watching this video here, okay, of an eagle flying. It's kind of cool, but it gives you an idea that that's what the eagle is seeing. That's what the bird is seeing. Okay, this is the eagle's point of view. All right, and so while you're watching media text or listening to or reading, you always want to consider from whose point of view was that created, and why was that ad created? Was it created to sell you something so that you would buy something with money, or was it designed to sell you something in terms of an idea, make you believe something or to do something? Okay, so watch that video, and then you can see a summary of the advertisement and the sticker analysis here and here. And I put some sample answers in there, but first do it on your own. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do a little class activity here, okay, together after we're finished taking these two up here, selling a product and sending a message. Okay, so let's go back to our textbook, answer these questions based on this and this. Okay, enjoy.